always hoped that you guys would convince Belle. But...
You didn't think we were capable of it.
Well, no. No, I just didn't expect the way you did it.
The power of love.
I really was not expecting the Sailor Moon, She-Ra power of love bullshit to actually work.
Right.
Sarathiel is the purest, goodest boy. It's the only way he knows how to fix things.
So, Gwen, when you were doing your research, you managed to find a address for Carys. And so you know basically where she lives, and you can try just going over. I don't remember if your father mentioned it in the letters or if he just mentioned her name, but presumably he could have written to her to let her know that you'd be contacting her.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to say that, like, presumably he gave, like, a location roughly, or I was able to get that. So, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna show up at her doorstep. Feels real rude, but we're gonna do it anyway.
What are manners anymore?
Yeah.
Sarathiel doesn't even think to correct you. He's on cloud 9. This is the great day. He's having an amazing time. He's with his boyfriend, who's agreed to be good. Everything's gonna go fucking great.
He's agreed to try to be good.
I can't believe you're making a character that I specifically created to be like the happy-go-lucky one, to be the sarcastic asshole right now. I'm having the worst day. This is terrible. Look at him. It's disgusting, and I hate looking at him.
I know.
Sarah's like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is the best day of my life.
Oh god, and he's gonna keep saying that.
Does that mean you'll sleep tonight, please?
How can I not?
Oh good. Yay.
Good, thank God. Because honestly, if you were up any much longer, we had to start worrying about psychosis, so.
Anyway, what are we doing here?
We are, and I, like, knock very briskly on the door, going inside.
To what are we, why? What's happening?
I told you about this.
Yes, I forgot.
Okay,
It's been an eventful day, Gwen.
Okay, I suppose that's fair. My dad told me to look up Carys Brightwood, and this is her house. She knew my mother, and we think that she might have more information about how she died.
You lead us over to Carys's door, and presumably you're the one that knocks.
Yes, briskly. Do I hear anything?
Coming! A very muffled coming! You hear, like, a couple thumps. Things are falling over as she comes to get the door. Door opens, and on the other side is a human woman. She's in her 60s, and she looks confused at the motley assortment on her doorstep, especially considering that several of you are still dressed as if you were ready for a fight.
Good afternoon.
I step up and I go, hello, are you Carys Brightwood?
Yes?
I look perky. Can I just mention that I'm giving off the energy of, like, a young Mormon who has come to your door?
Young man, I'm not buying anything.
I'm definitely clutching a book, and it's definitely her book.
I don't do signings at my home, you realize.
Do signings at your... Oh, no, that's not why we're here. No. No, my father sent me. And I look super enthusiastically up at her.
Oh. And who's your father?
You should elaborate.
Maybe I should introduce myself. I step forward. I say, I'm Gwen in Battlestar. I heard you knew my mother.
Oh, Stella's boy. Come in. You hear beeping and all sorts of frantic magical noises as the alarm goes off for the oven. She swears and runs back in. Come in.
Pardon the intrusion.
That sounds bad. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
I come in after her.
Sarathiel heads inside. What does her home look like, DM?
The house, it's tidy enough. It's actually a little too tidy. This is definitely a woman who was a soldier in a past life. Everything has its place, but there is a little chaos that's snuck in around the edges. There's tons of books everywhere, mostly like military history and things of that sort, or histories of the kingdoms and things like that. When you come into the kitchen, she's pulling out cookies that are just singed around the edges. It's fine.
Oh, I know that feeling.
I'm like looking around kind of confused, and I say, I have to say, this is maybe not what I expected.
What were you expecting, dear?
Swords? More swords.
I don't keep those out on display.
No?
No, they're locked up.
Oh, well, we just keep ours in the living room. I mean, I don't think they're functional, to be honest, so...
That's so dangerous!
It's fine. I can't lift one anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
It's true. We've been working very hard, but you need to get that upper body strength working a little bit more.
We're not there yet.
But you've been making good progress. He pats you on the back.
I kind of beam proudly. I'm so excited. I hope we're not too much of an inconvenience, and I say as I sit down and grab a cookie.
Not at all, honey.
Ow! Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, I would have suggested one of the ones on the plate over on the counter there.
Oh, I didn't realize I'm stuffing my mouth with cookies.
Chaz is like, okay, stop with the cookies.
Sorry, did my dad tell you that we were coming? He said he was going to write you a letter.
He mentioned you'd be contacting me, but no, a visit wasn't exactly what I expected.
Oh.
But you're welcome, honey. It's fine.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to surprise you.
Oh, it's no trouble.
But I came because, you see, I don't know that much about my mother. My dad doesn't really talk about her much, I say. I kind of look down. And as I've gotten older, I really wanted to know more. And he figured that maybe a battlefield friend, somebody who knew her, when she was at her greatest, well, that might help me have some context for her life. These are the cutest big eyes wrote on right now.
Strathill's like, yes, he's always like this. There's no offsetting for this.
I know his father. I understand.
Oh, I'm Sarathiel. By the way, this is Jasmia and Vin, and nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Sorry about the sudden drop-in.
It's fine. I'd invite you to stay for dinner, but I'll have to order something in. That's all right?
Hope to not take up that much of your time.
I don't want to impose.
I'll just eat cookies, I say.
Chaz, smacks your hand, stop with the cookies!
Ow.
He's like, don't eat all of them, don't eat the whole plate.
Have you tried any?
You're not letting us.
It's true, but he's not gonna.
Vernon steals one.
I've had 3 so far, by the way. I'm just every time somebody looks away, I've got another one.
I'd be happy to fill in some of the gaps for you, Gwen, dear. Do you go by Gwen or Gwened?
Gwen. You got it right in the first try.
This is character development. I remember in the beginning where you're like, it's Gwened!
Right.
Were you there at the last battle?
Jumping right into the deep end, huh?
Yep.
Wouldn't you prefer to hear about one of her other battles? Her voice is a little strained. She's such a fierce fighter. Oh, I remember this one time. This must have been right after she started seeing your father. There was a commotion at the other end of the village, and she just hopped right out the front window. She started up this blood-curdling yell, and she scared off this whole squad of goblins that was poking around in the storehouse. They ran off so fast they didn't even notice that she wasn't wearing shoes, and she'd even forgotten to fasten her armor properly.
Oh my.
I didn't know that. I think he starts, tearing up a little bit.
Oh.
Maybe this is more than he expected.
Oh, honey. Here, how about some tea?
Yes, please. Yes, say through another cookie. Yes, please.
Chaz volunteers to help with the tea.
Too allergic to all these feelings.
He's like, goodbye.
Chaz crawls out a window.
Yeah, he's like, I would love to help you with the tea if that's all right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You can help me with the tray?
Absolutely. He immediately leaves.
So yeah, she plies you with tea and settles you down, and she tells you a few other funny stories, things like that. It's not anything big, and it takes you a while to figure out that she's actually evading your question.
I've been pretty emotional about it. I think after a couple of them, I'm like, I love all these stories, Carys, and I kind of lean forward and take your hands in mine. But can I ask you to tell me about her last days? Don't you think I deserve to know how it all ended?
Honey, are you sure you want to? Your mother, she was kind and she was funny. She'd bend over backwards to help anybody, even if she'd only known them a short time. Her death wasn't nice.
What death is?
I'm definitely tearing up. I know that. But no one will tell me. Carys, nobody will tell me the truth. And I just need to know. There's only so much you can learn. And I kind of put my hand over her book from reading a book.
All right, just a second. And she goes and she gets something stronger to fortify her tea with before she can tell the story. And offers to fortify anybody else's that wants it.
Chasmity, like, yep, I'll take them right here. Mm-hmm.
Sarathiel declines. He wants to be sober in case Gwen needs a hug later.
Oh.
Her last battle, it was a mess. Historians and singers, they call it the battle at the Striding Giant Rapids. That's a load of bullshit. It wasn't anywhere near those rapids. It was miles upriver, closer to the moors themselves. But, bards like to embellish and make them prettier than the realities were. The army had routed the orcs a few days prior. I know a lot of the records say trolls, but it was more orcs than trolls. The trolls are pretty dumb. So, but they'd had a victory a few days before. There was a bit of a breather. And I don't know, there was just something in the air that day. I was away as a scout at the time, but I was there at the end of it. Some of this is things I've put together from the rest, but I trust to history more than songs. You could see she's kind of prevaricating, but she gets back on task.
I'm just holding her hands through this. I'm leaned forward and I have kind of her hands in mine.
Yeah. And she appreciates that, but she also is holding yours as much to support you. We didn't know it at the time, but during the night, several bands of orcs snuck through the sentry lines. They kept a few prisoners to keep tending the signals properly, and the signal woman was either too afraid or too inexperienced to remember the signal. We had a variation for such occasions. It was stupidly complex, and actually the army changed things afterwards, after what happened. Anyway, around dawn, they ambushed the camp from within and without. Some sort of miracle your mother was already awake. But, she and I were always the type to roll out of the bunk at the first sign of any trouble. Totally clear-headed. At least your mother was, not me. And she had trained her soldiers well. And that day, they followed her without question. Stella got the mages to put up extra defenses. Walls of earth or water, wind, anything they could use. Anything they can manipulate. That sort of thing. And she assigned a fighter, at least one, to protect each mage no matter what. Which kept some of the numbers down and gave us time to come up with another plan. While the army dealt with the orcs inside, she was going to take another group of mages out and try to ring them in. Try to set up another ring around the orcs. And it's insane. Absolutely insane. But it worked for a while.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking she is setting us up, a mage and a fighter to protect them. That sounds like a good cover story for Gwen and Sarathiel. If I ever did hear one.
It sounds perfect. So, what do you mean it worked for a while? Were you turning the tide? Do you know how she infiltrated them?
I mean, she didn't really infiltrate them. She just snuck around them. It's not really a pincer movement if it's a circle, but whatever, the analogy is close enough. I mean, you know that they all died. Or most of them. The mages with her, they were exhausted. They used up so much energy maintaining those walls. And the orc captain, he was just more patient. The wall eventually collapsed, and your mother fought fiercer than an owlbear. But his band overwhelmed her. She did manage to kill him, at least, but he had mortally wounded her. One of the mages tried to stabilize her for a while, and I don't know if it was a problem with the spell or something else, but she always insisted, even before this, that the other soldiers get treatment ahead of the officers. There was none of this nonsense of, the commanders must have precedence over everyone. No, she cared about her followers.
Ugh, stupid, I say, wiping a tear from my eye.
A little bit, but honorable. I'm sorry, Gwynedd. You really don't need to be hearing any of this.
I do, Carys, and I thank you. I know this is hard, but it's important.
None of these details will bring her back. And it won't change. It won't change the fact that she loved you and your father with every fiber of her being.
It doesn't, and he gets kind of a steely look in his eye and he says, sometimes it's important to know the context. Sometimes maybe things aren't always set in stone as they appear.
What he means to say, Sarathiel says, thumping Gwynedd very hard on the back to knock the wind out of him.
I spend a good time, like a good 2 minutes, choking on the cookie that I just inhaled.
What he means to say is that he is very grateful that you have shared all this information with him, and that even the parts of your life that are hard are worth confronting. I assume that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yep.
Well, here, let me tell you about this other time. Guys stayed for dinner, you stayed for more stories, etc.
I give her my contact information and I tell her we're going to keep in touch.
Yes.
I'm going to write her a bunch of letters.
You'd better. She's going to hold you to that.
And I give her a giant big hug before I leave and I say thank you. And I look her in the eye and I'm like, you don't know what you've done for me today, but thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear. And she hugs you back tightly. And you've never had this type of hug. This is a mom's hug.
Ooh.
You've had your dad gives you hugs, but like this is that, you know, that squish.
I do know the squish.
Yeah.
The mom squish.
The mom squish. And like your dad does a good job, but
yeah. I definitely tear up again and I kind of like, as I like wipe tears from my eyes again, I'm like, I'm going to come back and visit, okay?
Okay. All right.
You make the best cookies.
If you want, Gwynedd, I could make you some sending stones so you could call her.
Would you like that? He looks like he's got the puppy dog look on his face. Like,
I would love that.
we could message through it like a spell. I don't know if you know anything about magic. And I start talking about the theory.
I'm like, okay, Gwen, sorry, I'm so sorry.
Okay, honey.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe you and your father can come for midwinter. How's that?
Oh, he would love that. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, don't get into trouble, okay?
I look at Chaz and Sarathiel, and then I go, yes, ma'am.
We will keep him out of trouble. Absolutely, ma'am. We promise.
Or at the very least, we'll be there when he gets in trouble.
Exactly. He's like, or we will help him.
And Viernan's like, oh, we better get back to our lodgings.
It was very nice to make your acquaintance.
Yes, for sure. Just give her one big last hug and head off.
And I think V gives you a talking to because you can't mess with time. Like we're already. Are we really doing this?
I just like sort of say, I don't know what you're talking about, Vernon.
I'm not dumb.
I just wanted to know more about my mother. Wouldn't you want to know more about your dead mother?
Details about her last battle. Details about the tactics used.
I think I've been very interested in historical battles. The Battle of Carthage. Also, I care about that one a lot too.
Listen, I know the popular idea is that you're not supposed to involve yourself in your personal timeline, but this comes from the same organization that thought, let's kill a child. So maybe we should take what they say with a grain of salt.
I elbow Sarathiel.
Ow.
And I'm like, don't just tell him.
He's figured it out. He's not stupid.
I already know.
Ah.
Chaz just takes, like, Gwen's face in between his hands. He's like, look at this face. Can you say no to this face?
I already did.
Yeah, stop it. Stop that. They're squishing my face up. That's my cheeks.
We don't know what will happen. We're already dealing with an evil god of the timeline, and you want to change the timelines further?
Sarathiel suddenly gets an idea. Maybe this is how we draw him out. We piss him off.
Oh shit. Oh god.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Shit.
That sounds like a terrible TPK type idea.
Right?
Listen, maybe we save it for the end game. But we can suck in 2 birds, 1 stone. Save his mom and kill the evil bad guy, the BBEG.
All right, gotta write a note about some of this stupidity. Hang on.
I do look at Sarathiel and I'm like, do you think... I mean, I don't know how timelines work, but do you think that the mage at the end... That couldn't have been me, right? Isn't this some kind of weird story where it's like I've already gone back and done this and failed?
I think it's not a productive thing to think about, is what I think. There's no point in waffling about whether or not you have already done it until you do it.
Yeah, I guess.
Either way, we shouldn't do this rashly. Let's sleep on it.
Absolutely. I can think of one person in particular who needs a lot of sleep, Sarathiel. You need to go to bed.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm perfectly fine.
No.
Are you even capable of sleeping?
You need to trance at least?
Technically, yes. So elves typically trance, but they are actually capable of sleep, and they are capable of dreaming.
Okay, well, there we go.
It's plot important, I guess.
Chaz is like, I don't really care about the I'm an elf and I don't really care, just trance at some point.
I might have been planning to reveal stuff during dreams that I haven't gotten to.
Yeah, who knew?
That doesn't sound right.
Listen, the first thing to go when Sarathiel is stressed out is self-care. That's the first thing that gets thrown out the window.
We noticed.
Yeah.
But sure, he'll sleep tonight.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you're probably going to slip a little bit into true sleep, but if you take V up on the dreamless sleep potions, you'll not have to worry about dreams, if you do.
Well, now he's in a great mood, so now he doesn't fear his dreams.
Oh boy.
Oh, really?
That can't be. Yeah, great.
Everything's fine now. Everything is fixed.
Yay.
Cool. Excellent. Love that. All right, so y'all go to sleep.
You go home and go to sleep. Or go to a tavern, I guess. We're staying in Neverwinter for the night?
I guess I'll kind of leave that up to you guys. Viernan would advocate for going back because you were on kind of a secret mission, and if you don't turn up, it might be a little sus.
That's true.
Oh, true.
I can finally get his health back up to full.
I will grant you restful sleep.
Oh, good, I can get my spell slots back.
Yep.
Guys, I have this very cool new spell that I got.
By any chance, is it a wall of something?
How did you know?
Just a wild guess.
It's not really a wall. This time, I need to actually go pick up a weapon now because it's called Steel Wind Strike. I have a weapon, and there's suddenly 5 of them, and on a hit, it takes 6d10 force damage of suddenly whirling weapons. I fucking can't wait.
I might have some gifts for you guys.
Ah, sweet.
Fuck yeah!
I definitely, at some point, I'm going to go to a store, I think, because I want to be able to get some sort of weapon that I can do this with. I'm going to pick something ridiculous, so I got to go look up what that's going to be.
I was going to say Sarathiel can give you some of his weapons. He's got hand axes. Those are, he's a little short on two-handed weapons, but he wouldn't trust you with a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, I don't think I should have a two-handed
That's
weapon.
not
The first step of the spell is you flourish the weapon, and so I do have to be able to pick it up.
Hand axe, I think, is the way to go.
Yeah, that sounds good. I do actually kind of like the idea of just like a million hand axes everywhere.
Oh, God.
Look at this. Development.
If y'all go back to AppTap and sleep, I guess Belle's gonna meet you at V's house?
That's weird AF.
You can't just walk in to AppTap.
Yeah.
You need a visitor's pass, and how are you going to explain what your name is?
Right.
And you have to put a fake mustache on the whole production.
As far as AppTap knows, the only connection between the two of you is, in that one timeline he took over. Whatever. They didn't even bother to learn his name.
Still probably a better idea that he stays well away.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's the only place he can think of to try. And Sarathiel doesn't know much of the city anyway.
Yeah, he's never been let out till very recently.
Technically, you're still not let out. You're actually supposed to be under even tighter supervision. But what could go wrong with V's place?
Nothing. Let's do it.
So I guess the next day, you get a message from V saying basically, get over here quickly before Celestin, does something crazy.
It's fine. Sarathiel heads over at a brisk pace, although he probably has to be escorted up by Chaz, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Buddy system. And then we pick up the small child.
On the way.
Who's ready for daycare?
Oh god, he's not that young.
Isn't he? Sarathiel can't really age non-elves very well.
Yeah.
Neither can Belle. He's you're 5, right? No, he's got a little bit more tact than that. Not a lot, but a little. You go into V's house, and sure enough, Belle is just sitting down to tea with V and his fiancé.
Nice.
Ah, Hello. I see you've made yourself at home, Belantiel.
Oh, with such a charming host and hostess, it's hard not to. I brought gifts.
For Vienna and Celestin?
For all of you.
Ah.
We're working together, right?
Yes, no, that's true. We are working together, and I am very excited and not suspicious at all.
Hey, Celestin, would you mind? This is kind of, app-tap work stuff. I'm very sorry to kick you out, and I will explain later, I swear. And she's just like, you'd better. But she will begrudgingly take the hint, and she's looking between all of you and just like, super hot elf, super drow, what's going on here?
Just makes her an apologetic gesture, like, sorry.
And a small child.
And a child. No, she thinks you're cute. It's just, you have a different vibe.
No, I mean, I get it, man.
She knows V is not the sugar daddy type.
Wow.
Yep, said it. Anyway. Yeah, no, I did actually really bring you gifts.
Okay, great. Sarathiel is trying to very, very hard to be optimistic. Like, great.
Is this like a trap?
Chaz whispers to him, like, obviously.
Rude.
Okay, that's what I felt like. Thank you, Chaz.
No, it's fine. He said he's on our side, and I intend to believe him until he gives me a reason not to.
Brought these from my hoard.
Oh.
Oh, shit. You know it's gonna be good.
I think he's going to hold off on yours, Sarathiel, for dramatic timing, but also a little bit of maybe privacy.
It's a sex toy.
No.
Well, then why am I even here?
I mean, like, that might be a second gift, but, like...
I mean...
It's a gold-plated dildo.
Exactly. I was like, Faerun's version of Bad Dragon, yeah. He is a dragon, right?
Oh, boy. Okay, so Belle is going to start with Gwen. You get the Staff of Thunder and Lightning.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
yeah.
boy. I look at it like it's going to bite me.
I heard that you're a conjuration wizard. You like conjuring magic, and what's bigger than a storm?
Yeah, I mean, I do. Everybody knows that I like to drown a whole room in water out of nowhere,
Right?
So it's not like...
Yeah, exactly. Funny story about that. I was going to give you a wand of web.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
That's a bad idea. No.
Why didn't you do that?
I know, you should have. Oh, my God.
Because this is just as much fun. I mean, I'll happily change it if you want the wand of web instead.
No. Do not do that. No.
Oh,
I want it just because Tessa hates it so much. But
Well, make friends with Belle, and maybe he'll give you one later.
although everyone should remember that I had that whole battle where we just trapped everybody in a web, and it was the best.
Right.
It was so effective.
We do remember that.
It wasn't a waste of time and resources at all.
It actually literally wasn't. We actually captured way more
Yeah.
warlocks than I expected.
I'm thinking of the first episode.
Oh, yeah, no,
With
that
the
was...
hand.
Anyways, I look at the staff, and I'm like, you can see that I'm warring with myself. Like, it's like, I like reach for it and then pull my hand back. And I look at Sarathiel, and I'm like, do you think it's safe?
Yes, I do think it is safe.
Behind him, Chaz is like, XX, no.
I like don't even have any spells for this because I refuse to take any useful spells. So I can't like...
I have Identify. I can touch it for you.
Vernon says, I already vetted the gifts.
Oh, well.
So it's not going to bite me? I say to Vernon.
Highly unlikely.
I snatch it from Belle.
Damn it, I should have said yes.
And then I like back up to like get as far away from the room as possible.
Oh, boy.
So I will send you all the stats later. Basically, it's a magical quarterstaff, grants you a +2 bonus on attack and damage on attacks made with it. And it has several properties like lightning, thunder, lightning strike, and thunderclap. And so you can do all sorts of crazy damage.
Oh boy, it's gonna be great.
And it's very, very aesthetic.
Yeah.
Oh, Belantiel, what have you done?
Chaz is also like immediately like very, very jealous. He's like, what's wrong with the one I made you?
He's replacing you.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, okay,
It's nothing personal. It's just he likes Belantiel more now. I don't see what the...
No. I hold them up together, and I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to do dual attacks now. I'm taking a fighter,
dual wield the staffs. I love it.
taking a fighter level.
Nice.
So I kind of look at the land seal and sort of begrudgingly I'm like, thank you. I guess. I'm still not convinced you're not evil.
I mean, I am, but I'm trying.
I'm evil, but I'm getting better. I'm recovering.
What more could we ask for, really?
A lot.
Less.
What is goodness but...
Anyway, and he rustles in his bag for the next gift. So this is for Chasmere, right? Chasmere?
That is right, yes.
Correct. That is me.
Here. He hands you something very, very heavy inside a bag.
Chaz is reaches out and very, very slowly, and it opens it okay.
So there is a very large hunk of some kind of raw mineral inside of the bag. It's kind of this dull grayish color, and there's a little bit of quartz in it or whatever, so it's got a little shiny.
Here, have a rock! Sorry.
I mean, yeah, basically.
He's an artificer, so he can make something cool. I assume it's something dope that he can make a weapon out of.
So the entire point for this gift was something for Chaz that seems like he's trolling, because sapphire dragons and drow,
Right.
water and oil.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, you got me a rock. Awesome.
Thanks.
I forget what plane I found this on. Drow like stones, don't they? Or is that, no, that's gnomes. Anyway, maybe you could use it in one of your fancy gadgets? I don't know.
Probably am a genius. I can use it. I can use anything into anything, but thanks, I guess.
Roll investigation. What is it? I want to know. Or nature, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it would be nature.
I'd give her either of those checks, investigation or nature.
So let me do investigation, since that's what I put his proficiency in. Hey, 26.
I don't remember what it's called. Something. I don't know. Mineral names are not really my thing. No.
More battles and death. Yeah, I know. We got it.
Aww.
You do know.
But the more that you look at it, you just kind of tune Belle out at that point.
Right, exactly. He's like, I don't want to listen to you.
But the more that you turn it over in your hands, you keep finding little interesting things about it. The quartz shears in a certain way, and you look really, really closely, and there's a little vein of copper in there. And it's bugging you, because you've seen something like this before, haven't you?
Oh my god, are you serious?
Wait.
Oh my god, the vein of copper. He's like, wait, is this Algodon?
An Algodonite? That sounds right.
Ite? Oh my... okay.
What? It's just a rock.
Okay.
It's just a rock. Okay. I just thought it was cool.
It is very cool, and I really hate that we agree on that, but thank you.
Welcome, I guess.
All my friends are getting along!
Chaz just turns to, not Sarathiel, because Sarathiel is very in love and very stupid right now.
Yeah, he's extremely dumb, yeah.
And turns to Gwen and is just like, I love it, and I hate that.
That sounds a lot like you.
Experiences a positive emotion, has a traumatic feeling about it, oh no.
Chaz in a nutshell.
Out of character, what this is going to do is this is going to help you with your secret side plot.
Yes! Amazing. When you said vein with copper, I'm like, holy shit, wait, stop.
Yeah.
As if I don't look at that picture on a daily basis.
So for anybody who hasn't figured it out, maybe our listeners, this is the same type of rock that I based the future ex-husband, Algodon, off of. It is Algodonite. Belle got this in some other plane, some other timeline, where the stone is actually just a stone and not
A genasi.
Yeah, right.
Earth genasi are based on different types of minerals and things, so it's complicated.
It's build your own boyfriend. Yeah.
Make a wish and have him be a real boy.
Or, use it to find Algodon, the Echo.
Yeah, there we go.
It seems like something useless, but maybe it's not.
Chaz doesn't believe in things that are useless. He's just like, oh, it's actually a thoughtful gift. It makes him mad.
And he's just trying to troll you.
It's oh, no, he liked it. Oh.
Damn it. Maybe something spider themed? I don't know. He doesn't seem to like the spiders, so maybe that would work.
That would work. That would make him hate you. 100%.
100%, right? I was like, oh no.
Throughout this whole conversation, Sarathiel's tail is just wagging. He's like, my friends are getting along! Yay!
No.
My friend's like my boyfriend!
I honestly didn't decide what he gives Viernan, so I'll do that later. So, Sarathiel, he would like to give you yours separately.
Sure. No problem. I foresee no possible problems with that.
Chaz is like, please let them be alone. It's disgusting.
Yeah, Viernan's a little weird about it, but like you said, he did at least vet the gifts. So it's not anything that's going to hurt you.
He thumbs up Viernan like, thanks for that.
Yep. So I guess you go into one of the other rooms, and he pulls out a set of dragon scale armor.
Oh, shit. Like heavy armor, or what kind of class?
So it's scale mail. So scale mail, I think, is technically moderate. I don't remember the exact stats. I'll get you that later.
Can it be a breastplate?
Absolutely.
Okay, because a breastplate is the highest AC you can get that doesn't have a penalty to stealth.
Okay.
I have an idea for how I want Sarathiel to look.
Yeah, well, and also, like, being born to a dragon, I might have given you, since it's a dragon scale mail. This is, like, actually literally made of dragon scales.
Fuck yeah. What color? Oh my god, what kind of dragon did it come from?
Well, that's the thing. So, this is something, I don't know, I wasn't sure about how you would react to this one, but it's red.
Oh god, I knew you were gonna say it was red. It's a red dragon scale. Like his dad.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Well, I mean, Sarathiel doesn't have a lot of context for his dad yet.
Yeah. So, I told you that your father was a red dragon.
Yeah. Pandaren, apparently. Don't know too much about him.
Yeah. This will help you find him, but it will also keep you safe. These are, what they were. Look, shortly after we met, your powers woke and you killed him, Sarathiel.
Ah! I assume you mean the God Eater version of me did that.
Right.
That does sound par for the course of things that I would do in that timeline, yes.
So, I already told you dragons, at least several of us, are territorial, and I guess I originally saw it as some way of getting back at him for what he'd done, but it will protect you more than my scales would if you wanted to confront him.
I don't know about confront, but I would like to talk.
Anything with him turns into a confrontation.
Well, it's beautiful. Like, the armor itself, it's quite lovely. And I'm assuming it has, like, a bonus to fire resistance or something like that is what you mean by...
Basically, Dragon Scale Mail gives you a +1 AC. It gives you resistance to one type of damage from the color of the dragon. So in this case, it gives you fire resistance. It gives you advantage on saves against Dragon's Frightful Presence and breath weapons.
Nice.
Which is why this is a very, very, very good, handy thing to have.
If you need to talk to an asshole dragon,
yeah,
you want to do it in this.
And it will also tell you the distance and direction of the closest dragon of the same color as the scale mail within 30 miles.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Oh boy.
That was a good deal.
Yeah, so, like, originally I was planning on having him, like, give you the gorget that he's wearing in his picture and, like, oh, that's just cute and lovey. And then, oh, no, he actually wants to protect you. But also, fuck you, Pandaren.
I think we can all agree. Fuck Pandaren. He's a bad person who definitely deserves to die no matter what timeline he's in. It's gonna be dramatic.
Yeah. Belantiel and Sarathiel come back in and interrupt all of your nerding over your new staff and begrudging trying to figure out.
Like, what it does, thunder sound.
It takes attunement, so you can't do that yet.
Oh, man.
So, I assume y'all are going to talk about your plan for how to save Gwen's mom?
Yeah, sure.
Hijack a bracer. Fucking do it.
Specifically, what are you going to do? Because, like, if you just go in and pull her out, that could cause a major defeat. If you just miraculously save her, that could also cause some other ripple.
I mean, my plan, we have to do some research, but there's a whole thing with the mage at the end who tried to save her and didn't do a good enough job. Well, I'm gonna be better than that fucking asshole.
Oh, shit. I was just thinking that it was like a healer that was out of spell slots.
Yep.
Nope.
We'll bring Viernan with us.
That's like the perfect time, right? Is to like do it at the end after everything's happened, and then we can just kind of like swoop her away.
I feel like we do need a redundancy, right? Like, we need to have, like, the first failsafe, like, for sure, like, that was set up for us. Like, have Sarathiel and Gwened at the location where the first break came through. You know what I mean? Where the line first broke.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, supplement them. Not like, we're better than an entire army, but, like, we're kind of better.
We are better than
an entire army.
What are you talking about?
And if that doesn't work, you know, like, take the fight to the chieftain that wounded her, and if that doesn't work, at that point, we'll bust Viernan in with us or something and be like, hey, point the healer at the wounded one.
Wrinkle, she has met you now.
Yeah, keep our heads low. Just wandering by.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, you know, in armor, it's hard to tell, like, with all of the visors covering the face.
Yeah, she didn't even really see me this time, too. Like, she did, but...
You were squirrely enough that you pinged on her radar.
Do you have a spell where you can disguise yourself?
Do I? I don't know if that's true. I might need to actually look up a spell. Wait, yes, I do. Wait, I have polymorph.
Okay.
God.
I have one useful spell. Also, I have a spell that summons black tentacles. That one seems cooler, but I mean, I guess.
Oh, boy.
You know it's black tentacles?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The tentacle porn spell?
Yep, I have that spell. Because I saw it, and it was a conjuration spell, and I was like, oh yeah, sign me up, bitch.
Sight unseen.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Gwen found the wrong side of the internet.
I only have one goal for this
Sorry,
character.
no, not shaming anybody, but not my thing.
I'm shaming you.
The asexual is kink shaming you on this
You guys are
this
lame.
podcast.
You guys are lame. You're the most lame. Honestly, you're just jealous that you can't summon black tentacles. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the jealousy.
I mean,
boy.
she did as Raven Queen, but let's not go there.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Anyway, so you do also have an ally now.
That's true.
It might be a little suspect bringing a sapphire dragon with us to the middle of a battlefield.
I'm not asking the evil dragon to come back and save my mom.
He's like, absolutely
He
not.
wants to.
No, maybe he could be like, take out the back lines, like before they advance.
He knows battle strategy. I hate that that's a thing
I mean, that's what he says.
that is like in favor of him, but I
He
don't
can
want to be.
fly, and he has breath weapons that can kill large amounts of people at a time.
I could just pose as a relief commander and just get her out of there.
We don't want to interfere with the timeline that much, if we can avoid it.
Ooh, I have an idea. Or you could seduce... He, like, points at Belle. You could seduce the chieftain. How about you do that?
How about you seduce a spider? That's a drow thing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, the energy just got weird here. How about we stick to the original plan of not interfering with the timeline too much if we can avoid it?
I feel like directly interfering with the timeline is pretty...
Like it's gonna happen, but let's keep it to a minimum. Let's not rip the universe in half or whatever the consequence is.
Right, but like, so here's the thing. If you save her, it changes something. If you don't save her, it stays the same. If somebody else is there in her place, does that change enough?
Somebody else is there, and what, you volunteering?
I think we just do time hijinks. Why aren't we just doing time hijinks? Look, she was supposed to die. For as far as everyone else knows, she does. She's going to die at the battle. But then we just take her back.
You don't think that might draw somebody's attention?
It's like the heist movie with the idol, and then you do a quick swap, and you're like...
No, Gwen, no.
Yeah, we had that whole setup, of, like, preventing her death with gradually increasing, starting with the outside and then killing the chieftain and then healing her. It seems like the less we can affect the timeline, the better.
Yeah, I think that's the plan, is to make sure, like, let everything play out as much as normal, and then...
But bringing someone who should be dead to the future would affect the timeline a lot. Do you understand why that's a problem?
Okay, I mean, I guess.
You guess?
Okay, well then we don't tell anybody that she's alive. She can stay in the timeline, but it's just...
You would subject your own mother to that?
Force her to stay away from your father?
No, she can be with my father.
How would your father keep that secret?
He's very quiet.
He's also dealt with her being dead already.
Well, in all fairness, in the timeline, he wouldn't know.
So what Gwen is saying is leave mom with dad at the timeline where mom is supposed to be dead but alive now. I don't think that will work either, because you are predicating this whole thing on whether you have gone back to save her, and if she's anywhere near your father, she's going to be near you. You won't have the drive to go back and save her.
I mean, that's assuming that time works like some sort of, like, linear thing. What if it's just alternate timelines?
I really think a careful, subtle, organic shift in the timeline is the way to go.
So we just save her.
So I'm straight on it. What are you proposing, Sarathiel? We save her and then what?
Just literally, like, save her and then go home. Like, save her life at this battle specifically, and then just back away. And let the rest of her timeline play out in a way it would have played out had she not died.
I mean, that leads to the same problem.
Okay, which is predicated on the idea that there is even a timeline where she was supposed to not die.
Well, this is the only evidence of her dying that we have. Everyone has 100% survival rate until they die. So, like...
Yeah, I don't think we have another option.
I mean, it's always possible that she, gets cancer 10 years after that or something. But, like, there's always a possibility that she doesn't.
And we're risking God not interfering with it to make it right again?
I mean, I feel like he's gonna be mad no matter what we do. We are interfering with the timeline.
Oh, yeah, right.
So wouldn't it be better to keep her with us? Or at least bring her back this way? I feel like removing her from that timeline might be easier than...
Oh my gosh, y'all already shut down my remover from that timeline argument.
No, we're just trying to find a cleverer way to do it.
I mean, it feels weird to just yank your young mother out of her timeline. She's gonna be like your age.
She's already gonna be fucked up enough by the knowledge that her own son saved her, Belle points out.
Thank you for your input.
Just saying.
Yeah, but there's, like, fucked up by that, and then there's, like, my husband is now, like, 40 years older than me.
He's an elf.
We heard that whole speech about how she always puts, her soldiers before her. How is she gonna agree to come with us? If we treat her special?
Oh, she's not gonna... Are we gonna give her a choice? Definitely should not give her a choice.
Okay, we're broaching into kidnapping territory.
And we're back to ethics again. Ethics
Right?
101.
That's why I was banking on the subtle approach, because it's like, we don't have to, like...
We don't even tell her.
Yeah, we don't have to tell her. We can just quietly alter things the way they were, like alter the whole course of her life. Let her live a long and happy life with her husband that she loves and a son she raises.
Gwen could literally vanish.
Nothing to suspect that anything went wrong. Instead of dying and then dragging a dead woman to our current timeline, which would be a huge adjustment for her, might be against her will, and would be an enormous adjustment for everyone around her and everyone her life is affecting. I mean, that's my 2 cents. Y'all want to do it the kidnapping way.
Kidnapping is the only way.
Chaz, what's your thoughts?
Chaz is like the whole time just like deep in thought. Well, obviously, kidnapping is not the right way to go.
Kidnapping is bad. I feel like that's
Consent
the baseline.
is good.
Yeah, that's the baseline
Right.
from which we need to grow.
I can't believe I'm gonna need a Belantiel to back me up on this one.
Kidnapping is great. Murder is fine.
He turns to Gwen like, What is the purpose of going back? Why do you want to save her? What's the driving force of your thoughts?
Do you want to have a childhood with her, or do you want to have an adulthood with her?
Hey everyone, Val here. Thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of Crit Fail Club Restoration. If you can't wait to hear what happens next, check out our Discord server for episodes in pre-release, or to listen in live as we record. You can join us by going to bit.ly/cfcdiscord. For more information on the show, character biographies, and links to social media, head to our website, critfail.club or critfailclub.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. We don't advertise at all, so if you like what you hear, tell a friend who might also enjoy the show, post on social media about it, or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Full episodes are available on our YouTube channel, bit.ly/cfcchannel, or on other major podcast platforms. Thanks again for tuning in.